is Remo Fernandez, and you're watching ITV. And I'd like to wish every viewer of ITV out there all the very best. Love, peace, warmth. A big hug.
Super performance by Remo Fernandez at South Seaport, and he not only performs, he makes everybody one. So where do you get this energy and spirit which goes far beyond your appreciation of music?
I get this energy from music. You know, that's it. Yeah, music takes you high, and I get this energy from the audience. You know, it's a give and take. I give them some energy, they give some energy back, and I give it back to them, and they give it back, and the whole thing becomes one huge party. That's what it's all about.
You're not only a singer, you probably write also, and you have command over so many musical instruments. Flute, of course, very difficult, but you make it so effortless. How that came about?
Well, I don't play all instruments. I do play a few. The guitar and the flute are two of my favorite instruments. How it came about, I can't really say. Before the guitar, I played some other instruments, and then I heard the guitar one time in my life, and it was love at first hearing, you know. And then later in life, I heard the flute, and the flute was like a female counterpart of the male guitar, and to me, you know. So the guitar and the flute, for me, complete, the cycle of musical instruments somehow.
Are you ready?
very innovative, and your songs are also inspiring, and they increase awareness. Especially you are focusing in many of your songs on women. Tell us about that.
I love women. But it's not just a love. I mean, it's not just love songs that I write for women, you know. Women have always been exploited or not appreciated enough everywhere in the world, especially so in countries like India or countries which are going to take a lot of time to catch up. But again, the fact that women are not appreciated, not recognized as equals in India comes, I think, from some of the Western influence, because India had ancient tribes, which were matriarchal. The woman was the boss of the family. She was the head of the village. So it's not true that India did not really appreciate the power of women. But today, there are lots of pockets where women are not appreciated enough, and I see that. It's not only about women. I sing about corruption in India. I sing about drugs, anti-drugs. I write about AIDS awareness. I write about things which surround me and which touch my heart. That's all.
A song called Humma Humma is there.
Remo, your music is innovative. Your songs are also, you are in a way decades ahead of many of your counterparts. But you have taken so long in coming to America. Why that happened?
Well, there are lots of American artists who have not come to India. Why should they come to America? Everybody thinks that they have to come to America, you know.
I didn't mean that.
No, it's true, it's true. Everybody thinks that unless you make it in the West, you know, you have not made it at all. I don't think so. I think there are fantastic artists who are only known in India. I think there are fantastic artists in America who are not known outside America. And it's about wanting to make it, wanting badly enough to make it. And then you come here and you wash dishes for a few years, hoping somebody recognizes you. But when you've made it in your country and you are really appreciated and doing well in your country, you don't want to go to somebody else's country and wash dishes, you know.
created your own place. There has been no one like Remo before Remo in India. Who has been your role model?
I think my role models have been the artists of the 70s, because, yeah, number one, they wrote their own songs and they sang them. Before that, there were people who wrote songs and they were pretty voiced and pretty faced singers who only sang. But in the 70s, the 70s were the singer-songwriter era, where the Beatles and the Crosby, Stills and Nash from America, Bob Dylan, and oof, it was a fantastic revolution. And they sang about issues, and I think that was the greatest influence in my life, really.
In addition to music, you have so much energy, which one can see on stage, and it touches everybody. As I said earlier, do you observe some special habits which helps you keep fit and mentally alert to be able to connect to everybody?
I'm extremely lazy. I should exercise. I should do my riyaz. I don't. The only thing I do is on the day of the show, I don't drink cold stuff, and I try not to talk too much. And I just let the show, I really mean this, I just let the music take me high. Because when I start, I don't start a concert with a bang. I try to always start it soft. And then it warms me up, So no, there isn't anything that I do except for music, which takes me high. high. That's
And
it.
Leslie, tell us your impression about performing for this stage for New Yorkers. How did it feel?
It felt great. It felt great because, you know, New York is a country, is a city where people know how to let their hair down, number one. Secondly, New Yorkers are used to seeing some of the greatest and best acts in the world and performing out there in the streets. Some of the greatest artists, some of the best artists in the streets. So it takes a lot, you know, to get a New Yorker to pat you on the back and say, hey, that was great. And I felt particularly great when American, you know, sound crews and the stage crews, you know, came after the show and told me that it was great, and you know, that felt great because these guys have seen it all, man. It felt great.
Yeah, and there were a lot of people jumping up and down with Hamma Hamma, the song that was in movie. Are we going to see more of Remo in some Hindi movies also?
Well, I do Hindi movies at the rate of one a year, you know. I've never made playback singing my main line of you know, musical work. I prefer to concentrate on my own albums, my own songs. And about once or twice a year, if there's a film song offered to me which I like, you know, then I do it. I'm a very difficult person, you know, for the film industry, because when they ask me to do a song for a film, I ask them to email me the song first. And if it touches me somewhere, then I do it, you know, so that's it.
And lastly, I just want to share with the viewers that you have some modern style, but there's some classical touch in your music, and you also had that something like Jugalbandi.
Yeah.
So this kind of improvisations makes you feel high.
Of course, it makes me feel high, and besides, that's what our music is all about. It's a mixture of ancient India and the modern high-tech West, and that's why I was breaking my head looking for a name which was, you know, which would encapsulate this ancient India and high-tech West. Then I suddenly came across the name, the microwave papadums, because my sister came back from Europe and told me that she used to roast papadums in a microwave oven in Portugal. And I told myself, hey, that is ancient India and a high-tech West, you know, and it's a fun name and memorable. So yeah, that's what my music's all about: classical, folk, ancient, and rock and roll, and Latin, because I come from Goa.